We're recording.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody. It is now January 7th. It's a new year, 2024. Happy New Year, everyone. I have the fantastic and brave Alex. We have the outspoken, so pardon me, and beautiful Erin here with me for Real Talk. This is Malcolm. And today we're going to talk about New Year's resolutions, and maybe we'll dabble a little bit into the Epstein craziness that's out there and maybe the Sean Combs stuff. But today, let's start off with something a little bit positive, the positive and negative of New Year's resolution. Everybody makes them during New Year's. Who sticks to them? How can you stick to it? And why do most New Year's resolutions fail? So it happens often. It happens like I know I'm guilty of failing at my New Year's resolution. I think I've only honestly committed to one time my New Year's resolution. I didn't even make any this year because I know how I am. So, how about you guys? What happens over there?
Well,
Did you
I
guys
think that
make a New
a
Year's
lot of people have,
resolution?
I think a lot of people set goals throughout the year, and at New Year's, it seems to be a good time, a gathering time where you actually put it to and paper to pen, and you're going to do it.
Hmm.
Uh, the thing is a lot of people fail at that because they get into their old habits. So if you're serious and you're really goal setting for yourself, and you're putting in realistic resolutions for yourself throughout the year, the upcoming year, then change happens. And so congratulations to all the people that are trying not to drink for the whole month of January, quit smoking, exercising more, all these things that kind of line up. So I assume that most people are looking for more positive, healthy, abundance, full of joy throughout the 2024. And so I'm working towards those. My New Year's resolution was pretty simple: be
Yeah,
happy and enjoy my time.
nice,
Then I have
nice.
a couple,
And
like, other ones, like some
and
habits that
Self-care, nice.
and you, like most people, choose to wait a whole year to be happy and enjoy your time. Is that what I'm hearing?
No, just like reinforcing it.
Terrible.
I mean, we haven't really talked for the last week. Some of the last podcasts, I know I was tearful in some of my things as we headed up into the holiday season, and I knew that it was going to be a blessing for me and also some time of grace, and not only for
You,
me, people around me. And so I just keep on, every day I have my things. And of course but I want to reinforce being happy and really focus on enjoying my time and figuring out what those things are that I enjoy and
well,
doing more of them
well, you
and
know
doing
what?
more of them.
I think you nailed it on the head earlier when you actually said that something about throughout the year people plan throughout the year, which to me they should, because it shouldn't just be New Year's, and that's to me why it fails is,
Mhm.
if it's a habit, then it's easier. But if it's like something that, once a
You're
year
hoping
or
to happen.
hoping to, exactly. And that's what to me New Year's resolution really is. And not that I haven't done it before in the past personally, because I think it's a not a bad idea to reset,
Man,
but
yeah.
why wait once a year to reset? Huh?
Well, every
Yeah, I
day,
know.
right? Every day, right? But
Well,
of
no,
course,
but
I'm
it
not
seems to be
going to
such a
share some
big deal
of
because it's a thing, like you hear it, and I just,
the.
Mhm.
and I know it's a thing, but I don't know, to me, if you need a reset, fuck, reset. Like if you need change. And so,
Yeah,
um,
every day, every
yeah,
day.
every day.
And people, and like, the reason why we put these
Excuse me, guys.
resolutions out to us,
Mhm.
to ourselves, and to, is because we're trying to be better. We want to be better, whether it's, making more money, seeing your family more often, getting over something that you've, trying something new. It's a bucket list. And
It
I
really
always
is.
encourage people every day to do that. So New Year's is kind of a time where people do that. And if you set unrealistic goals for yourself, uh, that wasn't a good idea because you're like you're failing already. But like Alex says, you reset yourself every day, right? We're into day 7 of 2024, and I've made my way to Manitoba, and I've been so blessed to see the people that I love and care
Nice.
about and enjoy some real time. some real time, because so many things that I've been doing has been remotely, and I knew that I was missing that like human connection of just seeing the whites of someone's eyes and just loving them and just loving them. And so for the last, I don't know, many days now,
Yeah.
I've been really enjoying my time and being happy. So I thank the
Right.
people that help me do that every day.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And do you
Amen.
guys know when New Year's resolutions occurred, or when did it start?
No idea.
It's absolutely crazy. According to Google, New Year's resolution originated over 400 millennia ago as a form of barter trade amongst Babylonian. Now, that is quite interesting. This is the first time it was recorded in um, people to celebrate a new year where the ancient Babylonians, where that occurred, kind of thing. So that's like really the first time we've ever recorded where people had New Year's resolution. I find that fascinating that it was like 4,000 years ago. Like, that's insane. Like, I thought
Oh,
New Year's resolution was something, created in 1900s or something like that. You know what I mean? It doesn't seem like it would be that long ago. So it's been 4,000 years since we as humans have set promises at the beginning of the year. Just like Alex says, why don't we do it just any old time? But yeah, 4,000
I
years ago
also
it
at
happened.
the end
That's
of the
wild.
year, and at
Hmm.
the end of the year, I do take quite a bit of time. Well, every week, every day, but at the end of the year, as I compile, the last 365 days, 12 months of things, I do take some time on my own and with my partners to really reflect and see what's working, what's not working, and rejoice and celebrate on those big and small successes, because success comes in all different, uh, you know, parts and parcels, right? So I really do think it's a good opportunity every day. Also, is to perspective into just how blessed we are and what things are going on, and how we can improve ourselves, and you know the people around us will improve us if we're running in the right realm, and we're with the right people, and we bring joy and we bring blessing. And so in this world where it seems chaotic. Okay.
Hmm.
It seems very, very chaotic for so many,
Oh,
right?
that's
Very, very
true.
chaotic for so many. You know, we wish for peace, right?
Hmm.
I mean, I absolutely love peace. I love peace. So
who in their right mind wouldn't?
I don't know. That's why I'm saying the world seems very, 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 very chaotic. Everyone seems like there's like so it's busy. It's a busy place. It's a stressful place. There's lots going
Oh, I
on.
know who. The NRA. No,
There you go.
that's the
I
National
guess
Rifle Association. I'm sorry.
Of course.
I should,
No,
but some of these
I
other
think
things that we're
people
going to
know
be
that
speaking
acronym.
about, some of these other
no,
things
no,
we're going to
believe it or
be
not,
speaking
I was
about
talking to
are
somebody
not
yesterday. I was
useful.
talking to actually two people yesterday that didn't know. One of them is a mental health expert.
And they
Hi,
don't know
Clem.
anything about the NRA, really? Wow.
Well, not the acronym. When I spelled it out,
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
And what is
yeah.
that,
No,
Alex, for our listeners?
No,
National Rifle
um,
Association.
a couple of people I was chatting with last night.
Oh no, she asked what it is then.
Oh, National Rifle Association.
Yeah.
National Rifle Association.
And
Yeah,
that
yeah,
was
they pretty much
created back in
and
the day.
that was another segue into something I kind of want to chat with that kind of ties into Trump, because um and I guess we get into that once we're done with this New Year's resolution.
Well, I think we can
We can,
skip
all right.
over to this now, because we were
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
talking
yeah,
we
about
go.
okay,
peace
okay,
and why
okay,
the
Although
world's chaotic. Now
okay.
I'm putting it over to maybe
Well,
why the world is chaotic.
the NRA, to most common sense people, they've been around for 50 years, and they used to be headed by Charlton Heston, the famous actor.
yep.
And he turned it over to, I forget the idiot's name now, but he's been in charge of it for 30 years. And
Oh,
this
and
guy that's been in charge of it, I forget his
just so
name, but what's
just
that?
so you know, it's not 50 years ago. The National Rifles Association, it's a long time coming. 1871, November 17th, 1871 is when it was created. Just so you know. So continue
Okay.
as to what you were saying.
No, yeah, okay. No, that's good for I heard actually on the news 50 years ago that they've been they formed about 50 years ago.
Oh,
But yeah,
that's
you're right,
wild.
1871 here it's showing.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the new CEO of that is Wayne Lapierre. Where do they find these French names in the United States? It's just so weird to me. But
Well,
yeah,
no, not
that's
really.
who's.
Really? What do you mean
Yeah,
with the funniest name?
no,
No.
you know what's
Maybe
funny? It's not as common because it's
No,
you
no, no,
like
no, no, you're right, or maybe in the public eye, but if you ever go to Florida, there's full of
oh,
French people to the point where they're so damn annoying. That's all I heard was French people that they're actually getting shot at a period. Look it up. There's a period where they're getting shot and killed because they're
what?
they're just so out there. Oh yeah, yeah, no. But again, the
Really?
US is just like Canada, right? It's just such a melting pot of mixed. You might not hear the name a
That's true.
lot in the public eye or in media
Yeah.
from representing down there, but oh no,
Mhm.
they're there. Or
Yeah,
like the Jew, or like a lot of the Jews that might change their name to an English name so that they kind of blend in a little bit more.
this is true.
Because
But you
we're
know,
America.
no doubt the melting pot. You know what? You're American first and you're everything else second.
Exactly. Exactly.
Whereas like, you'll move to Canada, Australia, England, you are I'm Jamaican Canadian kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like people are always really happy saying that kind of thing. Not so much in the States, but I
Yeah.
digress. So
So, but
what
yeah,
were you
no,
saying?
back to this NRA.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, um, the head of the NRA, I forget his name. I
Oh,
think
I
you
can
were just
find that
mentioning. He's
out.
just in the news, but anyways, he's known as the person that
Oh yeah,
chooses
his name is Wayne
profits
LaPierre.
over children's lives, basically, because he could basically put a stop to semi-automatics and as well as AK-47s and these, rapid shooting rifles that kill mass people, and hence why they have this. I mean, there's something else in the water down there where all these people have these mental issues, or because to me, you got to pretty much mental to take a life to begin with.
Mhm.
But it's just uncanny how it all seems to be in these schools for the most part, other than the big thing in Vegas and things like that. But this prick had the ability to ban, not ban guns altogether, but just to ban, say, okay,
These crazy
individuals
automatics.
individuals
Mhm.
cannot own semi-automatics.
Mhm.
Problem solved for the most part. Um, but then on top of it, and again, I don't know how this happened, but the same attorney general that's prosecuting Trump in New York
Mhm.
is also prosecuting this prick now for embezzling from his NRA members hundreds of millions of dollars. Yes. And so
Wow.
he resigned just the other day. And so but the thing is, there's talk that this NRA is already kind of like built into they're talking about disbanding it, which I think is a
Mhm.
great thing because it's a useless organization as far as I'm concerned. But they're one of the biggest lobbyists in America in the sense that they give the government so much
Dope.
support that and of course how that works is, the people with the most support have the most say
Yeah,
in
of course.
Washington.
And
And
they've been
apparently this
around for
NRA
over a
actually has
hundred
yeah,
years.
and this NRA apparently actually has an office in the White House now, is according to CNN or whichever news thing I was listening to.
That's
But
crazy.
my point of all this though too, or so this guy is caught for embezzling all kinds of money, or not even
Mhm.
caught, but there's a trial happening ensuing. Okay, there's a trial
Okay.
happening, just like Trump, all kinds of
Hmm.
trials. But this
Yeah.
motherfucker Trump can still run for president. How the fuck is that? How
Donald
I
is
Trump is
don't
that?
running.
know, man.
Don- Donald Trump
That's
is
No,
running for president of the
and
United States again. Is
oh
this true?
yeah,
oh yeah.
oh yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
and not
I'm
just
not
that.
aware. I'm not aware
This guy
because I'm
creates
Canadian. I
this
don't
guy
get a
this
vote
guy
for
We're
it.
here for you.
this guy starts. Well, you should definitely know if you're Canadian because we seem to know more about U.S. politics for the most part than
No,
Canada
but that's
politics.
why I tune into Real Talk. That's why I
So,
tune into Real Talk because I get to know what's going on. Thanks,
oh,
guys.
there we go.
Yeah, no worries.
And
No,
It's
thanks,
so
guys.
crazy.
and so this
Colorado
guy and so
has
this
tried to
guy though,
stop it. Yeah, continue.
Colorado and Maine as well.
Hmm.
And for the January 6 riots, right? And the January 6 riots where I think 5 or 10 people died. Like I hear different things, but people died. Okay.
Yeah,
And this guy was like the head of it, was like a ringleader.
yeah. He incited
Okay.
hate, according
Yeah.
to them, and what is it? It's
And
not
there is
treasonous.
still
It's something
no,
else.
but there's still Americans that supporting this guy, and in particular the Republican Party. Like this,
Hmm.
he is their guy.
Yep, I
And I
know.
swear to God, if this prick wins, I am getting off this continent.
It's not a bad
Like,
idea.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, like Bush Jr. should not have even same thing, should not have had a second term, but he did. Like, here's a guy, he had a game, lied to the American public, sent tons of American military people to their deaths with a false war weapons and mass destruction that was never ever found, never ever held accountable. And then they fucking put this guy in for a second term too. Are you kidding me?
I have a
We're
question.
gonna, Jeb, yep. What's that?
I got a question.
Yo.
I'm just assuming that if I did any of this kind of crap, then I'd be in jail.
Oh,
Oh
exactly.
yeah, you would have
So
you would
my
have been in
question,
jail
no, my
faster than
question,
yeah,
head
honest
spin.
to God
yeah,
question.
yeah.
How come we have, like, we do have
Well,
rules and
Malcolm
laws.
and I would definitely be in jail, but yeah, you likely would be too.
Just for having the thought, we would be
Absolutely.
in jail.
I would definitely be losing my Canadian trustee and all this kind of stuff if I behaved in this kind of ways. I wouldn't even have the ability to do
Well,
what I do anymore. So my question
well,
is,
yeah.
who, like, is any of this going to, like, well, I don't know. I guess like that is a question.
Okay.
I was like, wow.
So there's two states that actually, and actually I should go back a bit because there was a Republican, one Republican Party member, actually probably a couple, but one that I remember because there's so much infighting within that Republican Party. But I think his name was Kissinger or something like that. He actually even wrote a book
Oh,
against Donald Trump, right? Chastising Donald Trump. And this guy got lambasted by the Republican Party for being like not going with the flow, right? But this guy was
mm-hmm.
right. Like he was actually standing up for what's right. And he got like beat up within his own party.
Okay.
Well, that's
But that
typical.
happens a
But
lot in
but my point is, and again,
But it shouldn't.
I don't understand how there's so much support still for this fucking idiot.
well,
Like seriously, because most people would not have a job, or would not even like with the things that this guy's would be in jail, never mind having a job as president.
A leader of a very, very big country with a
Yeah,
huge
like I mean, put
population with
Bezos in,
lots of
put
problems and
Put
lots of
Cuban
power.
in. But yeah, no, this guy's like a man, not like he is a man child pretty much, and
Well,
definitely should
without
not.
knowing all the facts, but just hearing and listening and knowing that what you're speaking on, I'm honestly speechless. No wonder I
No,
wanted to talk about
I am too. Like
one of them also
this is such a thing that is actually taking taxpayer dollars and going to Supreme Court for them to decide. Okay,
yes.
like
And apparently the Supreme Court can have the power to overturn the two decisions made by
exactly,
Colorado and Maine. And I thought
exactly.
there were some other states that were trying to get him off of the ballot, because if he's not on the ballot, you can't vote for him, and then that means he loses a huge chunk of votes, and then
Well,
therefore he can't be in the thing, right?
yeah, and this is the thing though too. The Supreme Court could drag it out for years, right? I
They
think the
will.
American
They
public will
will.
be quite choked over that though, if that's what happens.
Mhm.
Because I think there's a certain segment
This
of
must
the
be.
American public that do not want him in office and
Mhm.
would rather he didn't even run. And so the fact that two states have taken that position, I promise more states are thinking about it too and considering it. They might be waiting to see what happens here. But either way, it's for myself, it's kind of hopeful because I sometimes just shake like for superpower and for one of the like I mean to me America is almost like the new Nazi Germany mixed with the Roman. That's an American government that is
Yeah.
with the Roman, in terms of how they do their things and how they try to monopolize the world and control the world. But for
And
such, sorry, go ahead.
they won't turn that off. That's the thing.
Well, well,
They
well,
always
well,
want to
well,
be the
well,
number one
they
country, right?
no, they do, but I think here's where it's actually I find it kind of ironic because I think they're actually shooting themselves right in the fucking face with some of the shit that's going on, believe it or not, because they're losing a lot of respect around their world with a lot of their like actually with a lot of their peers and a lot of their other countries.
Mm-hmm.
And once you start losing respect, it's kind of like people can start forming other alliances. I outside of the US because they're so tough. Like they're just idiots. I don't know. Even Trudeau
They're
makes
hard to
fun of
deal with.
Trump.
Yeah.
They're just idiots.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Well,
And
there's
and,
They've
there's
and
been hard
various
to deal
countries
with.
that are easier to deal with and
like
and you want to do
like
free and they're willing and able to do free trade with you,
yeah,
right? And
like
so
I thought George Bush Jr. was bad, but in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, this guy's even way worse.
This must be
no, and I'm not even talking about the job itself. I don't give a shit like the performance on the job itself. I'm just talking about his mouth and his
uh
racist
well, and
rants
the journey he's
and the
walked.
support of the KKK and this shit talking about Mexicans, this shit talking about Arabs, shit talking about Muslims, shit talking about Africans. Fuck that guy, sir.
But
This
Seriously.
must be a huge media frenzy,
And
This must be a huge
just give me a minute. I'll tell you guys how I really feel.
yeah, this must be a huge media frenzy with what you're just speaking about. I hope people are not tuning into these people anymore. I get if you have a vote there, you have a say, these sorts of things, but that's all just absolutely
No,
horrific.
but it goes back to what in the beginning you mentioned where the world is today, and I mean I know America's not the world, but it represents a good mix of the world,
Right?
and it's like and it's not all just middle-aged or old white men that are voting for Trump. Like there's Mexicans, there's blacks, there's Chinese that are in the Republican corner still, and it to me it doesn't matter what color that's still in his corner. The fact that he just shit talks people and no one's saying, yo, dude, that's not right.
yeah,
like
it's
no
like
one in this guy's corner is saying, yo, you need to shut the fuck up or like just like be a little bit more smoother because you're
yeah,
running
exactly.
for
Like
president or you are president. Like like be a little bit more diplomatic. I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know.
but that's not
Like
his
you
stick, right? Like he will stick to whatever has made him successful in the past, and that's how he
Well,
rolls.
I think that's probably
Like
who he is. Like, I mean,
that's what I mean.
I've been encouraged to, maybe be a little bit more polished or a lot more polished sometimes along my journey, or take a more of an edge to things, or a direction, right? But I know that the best thing usually that falls into my place is when I could just be myself. Right? And so when people are being themselves, and if this is what they are, and they're going to be the leaders of the whole United States of America,
One of the
the things
most
that I
powerful
hear people
countries.
say, that this whole thing is a joke and all this kind of stuff, it's starting to, I'm starting to kind of lean that way,
Yeah,
thinking, wow, wow. So I'm sorry to hear that for my people in the United States of America, because I know a lot of people that live there that are people just like me and you, good people, working, serving their country, loving their people, work, what have you. And, they have like such a little tiny say in this great big chaotic stuff that's going on. So I'm sure their lives are, influenced by all this crap also on a day to day, right?
yeah,
no, for sure, for
and
sure.
You
But
know,
it's just I just can't wrap my head around it though, because it's kind of like how do we vote such idiots into power? How do we
I know.
support, like Trump was a proven idiot even before his first run. Like I was still surprised I even got in the first time, never mind.
but it's
Is
the
Because
there
shock value and how different he was from Obama. That's why
no, no,
he
no,
ended up getting elected, though.
no, but Malcolm, to me, the shock value in the sense of doing something
plus he was running against a
outlandish,
woman.
like this guy was just a fucking piece of shit from the get-go in terms of like, his
Hey,
conversation
Yeah,
with
is there
Billy
any
Bush and
women?
just disrespectful to people in general, like grab her by the
Mhm.
pussy and all this other shit talk that uh, like it's
Which
just not coming as somebody in that
that
position.
is what he
yeah.
said out loud.
No, no, he
Yeah,
grabbed
to Billy Bush.
somebody's
Yeah,
pussy,
yeah, yeah, and
a
he was
woman's.
So
bragging
is
about
there
it.
any women like within this, whatever you like, whatever we're just talking about here, and I'm just you guys are more, is there any women within this realm of politicians that should stand up and say, mind your manners?
There should be, but there
You would think,
hasn't been,
but yeah, there hasn't
you
been.
know?
There hasn't
And
been,
like
okay.
the person that he's talking about, like Trump was doing an interview where he
Yeah,
sexually assaulted the woman, and she's this is how Teflon he has been. It's been known, it's been put out there, and just like we had said at the outset, if myself or Alex or really mostly
Any,
anybody did that
anybody
to an
else?
interviewer, we would be facing charges. Here's
For
another
sure.
thing. Like I
or
pulled up.
fired at the very least.
Oh yeah, you'd be fired. You wouldn't
You would
have a
have some
job.
sort of
You'd nothing.
reprimand to you, of course, because the facts are There's rules against that and
Well,
laws.
there
And
is,
if this is like
and here's the irony, like Billy Bush.
recorded and
I don't know if you guys have heard of Billy
documented.
Bush.
Billy Bush?
Yeah,
No,
he's
who's Billy Bush?
Billy Bush was is a TV host for Today Show or NBC. He's the one that, or Access Hollywood. He's the one that, you know, Trump was having that conversation with,
Oh,
and
gotcha.
he kind of, and with him, just for kind of like going along with Trump, he got
Mhm.
fired
Yeah,
from his
there you
Wow.
go.
job.
See,
Yeah.
Okay,
see,
and
yeah,
he's not even the one that was talking shit. He's just kind of like, yeah, yeah, buddy.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, no doubt. He's like, yeah,
And he got
way to
fired.
go. Yeah,
Mhm. So
that's
you're
a
So
saying that
good
there's
point.
no like there's no sort of balance or any sort of uh anything to any of this. It's all a bunch of bullshit.
Well, there you go.
yeah,
Sometimes when you're Teflon, you're just Teflon. Because here's the thing. So according to this article, so this is coming from CNN, he was twice, not once, but twice impeached by the U.S. House of Representatives, including for his role in inciting the deadly January 6, 2021 insurrection at the U.S. Capitol following his electoral defeat. As of
yeah.
August 2023, Trump faces 91 criminal charges, and they're
Hmm,
still going to allow him to run. 91, not nine, not one,
Wow.
but 91.
hmm.
And
I want
see,
to
that's the
can I
thing about impeachment. I don't think it really means anything. Anytime they impeach a president, they seem to still sit in there and still get reelected or whatnot. Like it's insane. And he's been impeached twice.
Mm-hmm.
I
Wow.
wonder what impeachment even actually means. Like,
I guess
what's
nothing.
supposed to be? It
Well,
really means
it's
nothing. It just sounds like a
it's kind of
word.
become, yeah, it's become a joke. It's really kind
Yeah,
of become a
Yeah, that
joke
is because
because,
you
again, another
know,
waste of taxpayers' money because nothing ever really comes of it. Like it's just like this, it's this retarded exercise. And, you know,
yeah,
and
so
it's funny to say that because you hear these talk show hosts are all get excited because a lot of them hate Trump, right? They're, you
yeah,
know, and understandably so. And so they get excited with this impeachment anytime that impeachment word gets thrown around. And I'm not gonna lie myself, I'm like, is this really gonna happen this time?
yeah,
It's always just a joke. You know what I mean?
but like
Here,
when we talk about like comparables, and we've talked about that like a lot on this show with different things, like
yeah,
a comparable would be, you know, here I was a
yeah,
campaign manager for someone that was running for a seat of a community, First Nation community of 5,500 people. Okay.
yeah,
So
yeah,
mhm,
small compared to the US. The protocol and the fingerprints and the criminal record check, the vulnerability study, all these kinds of things that have to come back like green light, like green light. Okay.
yeah,
You know, all those sorts of things, or you don't even get your name on the ballot. Okay.
that's fair.
To me, when I'm listening to you, like this is way big scale compared to what I'm speaking about, but it is the same type of thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's a government
Still on a
election.
table,
You're appointing
governing
somebody.
same people and
Hmm.
what have you, right? And that's hard for me to believe that there would be someone that would have 91 charges against them and they could still be on
run.
that.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
with what they
No,
might
no,
in their
listen to me.
experience. So
This is a yeah,
yeah,
real talk right
yeah,
now. I
yeah.
know people that have had charges that the banks close their bank accounts, for example. Like the banks
Hmm.
don't want their business. They haven't been proven guilty in a court of law, but
Yeah,
the banks are like, we're done with you.
yeah.
Like, come close your accounts just because your name's involved in something.
There
Hmm.
you go.
Okay. So why is our elected officials or this piece of shit any different?
I don't know. And like,
Things that
I'm
make you
looking
go,
on Google. Oh, you
things that
damn
make you go.
straight. It makes me go, and go, what?
Mhm.
At the
And it's,
same
check
Yeah,
time.
this out. Okay, this is Trump to a T. Okay, because most of the writers, or not most of them, but I've heard a few of them that have the same sentiment. And I think um, Biden put it best in his speech the other day, I think yesterday or 2 days ago, which is basically Trump is about Trump. Okay, he doesn't give a shit about the people. And so, anyways, here's this is this Billy Bush thing again. In October 2016, I'll just read this quickly to you guys. Billy
No
Bush
worries.
found himself in the middle of Trump campaign bombshell. After the infamous Access Hollywood tape came out, featuring both Bush and Donald Trump having a lewd conversation about women, Bush was fired from the Today Show. After a suspension, nearly a year later, in September 2017, Bush and his wife, Cindy Davis, with whom he shares 3 daughters, announced they were separating.
Mhm.
In a new interview in this week's issue, Bush recounts the last 15 months of his life, the good, the bad, and the Trump. I mean, he has since gained employment
The
again.
Trump.
Yeah. And he's like, I was ashamed and embarrassed. He told the magazine of the Trump scandal. And he went through stages of grieving because he lost his career. For a man, that's the ultimate degradation. But that being said, he wasn't the one saying it. He just kind of like,
Yeah, he just went along with it.
yeah,
And
like, and
yeah.
he
But
You got to
that's your
who
no,
you're
no, no,
keeping
listen to me.
from.
One guy loses his job. This is how stupid this one guy loses his job, and he wasn't the one that initiated a stupid conversation. And the other guy goes on to become president.
yeah, and it was recorded. It wasn't even
Yeah.
something that was
No,
not recorded. It's not that
no,
they don't have
like
evidence.
let's think about this, guys. Okay?
Yeah.
The guy who committed the act, the guy who's bragging about it, goes on to become president. And the guy who just happens to be the poor goofball that's interviewing him gets fired.
It's
Definitely things that make you go, And we should
Right?
definitely open up what you just
Yeah.
captured there, open this
Yeah.
up for next time on a live feed, because we definitely need to hear other people's input and
Yeah.
feedback
Yeah.
into this.
And then not just that,
Unreal, Alex,
this guy tried to overturn an American election, election,
Oh,
and
I
got
know.
people killed in the process. Like,
Yeah.
go hang Mike Pence or go there and take back the election for us. And
Take back the
people
White
died.
House or something.
People died.
Oh yeah.
And he's back knocking on the door to get back in. Are you kidding me? Like
You know what's
the
weird
balls
to
on this
me
guy.
about? Oh, I know. But you know what's weird to me about that insurrection? How is it that there was no military or any sort of like it's the White House? Or was it the wait, no, it was the Capitol. So that's
It's
different.
Capitol.
Is that not different?
Yeah.
I'm
No,
pretty
it's
sure it's
Capitol. I mean,
different. So
there's guards, but there's just so many people too, right? That you over like, um yeah, there were guards, and I mean some of the
yeah.
guards got hurt too. But yeah, there were guards.
But
And I think
it
they were
just
busy trying
seems
to just usher out. It was just a rush of people, right? It was
yeah.
they were overtaken. There was more people than there were guards, put it that way. So you can only do so much.
It's so wild to me because you think after September 11th, how secure the United States has been to have that happen. It's unusual. You know what I mean? It's almost like, was it set up because they wanted to get that done or have that happen? It's unreal. But they
Oh,
made
I
it
know.
happen. They made it happen, man. It's crazy. Aaron, you still there? Your camera's gone. She's gone. I guess her
Laptop
system is
died?
not working. No, that was her phone, remember?
Oh,
But you
I
know
thought she was
what?
on a laptop.
She moved to the phone because
Okay.
she said she's not technically savvy. But anyways, we've already come to the half an hour mark. Thank you
Yeah.
everybody for joining us on Real Talk. Stay back here.
Yes.
Alex is with
Yes.
me, and
The
hey,
Supreme Court do the right thing.
there you go, no doubt. And hey, happy
Kavanaugh, behave.
2024.
Clarence Thomas, behave.
No doubt, no doubt. Happy 2024, and we're
Yeah.
gonna keep bringing it to you on Real Talk.